Hi everybody. So I wanted to give a quick little talk about how to go from having a folder full of images with numbers in them into having a video. So what we're going to do is, this is an image sequence, and if I double click and open it up, you'll see that I got image 1, and if I just click through them, small changes in each of these images that just each sort of add up into motion, right? And so if we played these back at 24 frames per second, we would be seeing this render as a video, right? So how do we make that happen? So we know a couple of options. I can open this. You may already know this. We can open this with F-check, which is Maya's sort of default image viewer. Right? And I can go File, Open Animation, choose the first file, and hit Open. And Maya will load all of these images one at a time, really slowly. But once it loads all of them, it'll play them back as an animation. So I'm probably not going to really wait for it to do that. The problem with this is I can't send F-check to YouTube, right? I have to have some option for this of how I can turn this into a video that people could download. And so there's a lot of options, but using Premiere, taking the images into Premiere and loading it in as an image sequence is probably one of the best ways of doing it, but sometimes you just need a quick solution. You just rendered out a bunch of images and you just want to make that a video. And so I want to show you the way that I usually do this when that's the solution I'm needing. So let's go ahead and let it finish so you can actually see. No, it's still got a ways to go. Yeah. So let me show you how I do that. First I go to File and QuickTime Player. Now keep in mind this is only really going to work if you have QuickTime Pro. If you just have the QuickTime Player at home, you don't get this option, but all of the school computers have QuickTime Pro. So you go Apple QuickTime, and so this is just QuickTime. It's going to try to sell you a bunch of junk. But what we need to do is we need to load in this image sequence. So we can go to File, Open Image Sequence. And so now all we got to do is point to this folder where this is at. Now the things you'll notice is, first is that the frame rate is set at 29.97, which is sort of the TV speed, like this, the speed that it would play on TV. Maya by default is going to animate at 24 frames per second. Video games are probably going to aim closer to 29 or 30 frames per second. So you need to know what frame rate you want to play this at. If you're working in Flash, maybe you're doing 12 frames per second, and that's how you want to do it. So let's go find these, and so I just have my link here. I'll just copy this, and I think I can paste that there, and if you hit Control Enter, it will just automatically go to that location. A little shortcut for you here. So mine was animated at 24 frames per second, so I'll set that to 24, and I'm going to choose the very first frame and hit Open. It's going to take it a second. Okay, so it just opens this up, and it looks like it just opened the first frame, but if I hit play, you'll see it plays the whole image sequence. Right? Okay, so now I have this opened in QuickTime, but really it's just playing that image sequence. It's not a video yet. So to make it a video, I'm just going to export this out. So I go File, Export, and it's going to bring this up, and I can choose demo or write whatever we want the name to be. So the export option I use is Movie to QuickTime Movie. And you can use the most recent settings, or we can go to our options and see what those settings are. So the things you want to watch for is you want your size to be set to current, or to whatever size it is you want to export at. But right now, the current frame size that I imported it in at is what it's going to be. Now if I resize this window to something really small, current is going to be what it's resized to. So we got to make sure that if you resize that, it may change it. Our frame rate's 24. We're all right with that. If you won't have sound on an image sequence, but if you are exporting out sound in QuickTime, you want to make sure sound is checked, because you can open up other types of files and export them this way as well. And then under settings, we want to make sure this is set to H.264 and at least set to high on this. And so if I hit OK, I'm pretty happy with all that. Hit OK again and hit Save. Now, let me show you why I do this. Because if you just render out an AVI, an uncompressed AVI, this little short video may be like 50 megabytes or something. It's gonna be huge, right? This demo that we just exported out is 217 kilobytes. Like that's the size of like your Facebook icon. Like it's or your Facebook like image. You know, like this is a very small file size because H.264 is a great compressor. And if we open this up and look at it, it still looks really good. Okay, so I'm making this video because I'm getting a lot of files that are gigantic when this is all this really takes to make this file super small and efficient. The interesting thing, H.264, I'm doing an MOV, but you could also do MPEG with H.264 from this. That's exactly the file format that stuff like YouTube and Vimeo wants. And so if you upload that, it practically doesn't even encode it. It just plops it right on the website. So that's this is sort of the shortcut. This is something that everybody needs to know how to do because I get way too many gigantic files. So let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for watching. Bye.